Hello, people. It's Steve. It is January 27th, 2016. It's Thursday, I believe. Is it Thursday or is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. And I'm going to do a rant. Another rant. This rant is gonna be about public bathrooms and shit. You know, public bathrooms. Yeah, how have I not done a rant about public bathrooms before? I mean, I talked a little bit about some of the negative things that happened in it before, like what I experienced, like people don't flush the toilet or whatever, but I'm gonna rant on public bathrooms and shit, like why it sucks and shit. Alright. First reason why public bathrooms suck is because it smells in there. You know, when you go into a public bathroom, God, it smells like shit, you know, because people obviously take a shit in there, and it fucking stinks. God, it smells so fucking bad in the bathrooms and shit. It smells so bad. Oh my God. You know, I fucking hate that, you know? That's why I hate public bathrooms, one reason, because it stinks like shit because someone just took a shit. God. You know? Public restrooms suck is because, you know, they're all fucking dirty and shit. Like, for example, like, well, one thing, I don't like touching the doors and shit because, you know, there are people who don't wash their hands. They take a piss or a shit and they don't wash their hands, you know? And they touch the doors. God, I don't want to, you know, it's wash your hands after you take a piss or a shit. Because fucking, you know, it's germs and shit, and some people piss on their hands, and then when they take a piss, like, pee, like, you know, when you pee bounces back on your hands or whatever, or you take a shit, you have to wipe your ass and shit, and then, you know, people don't wash their hands, and they touch the doors. God, it's nasty. You know, what the fuck? It's fucking nasty and shit. Wash your fucking hands. And yeah, and then it's dirty and shit, like people pee on the floors, you walk and then it's all slippery or you feel the floor's all sticky because it's pee and shit. What the fuck? Why do you pee on the floor? Pee in the urinals. Pee in the toilets. Don't pee on the floors. God, only 5-year-olds do that. Were you not potty trained? 5-year-olds do that. Not fucking grown-ups or teenagers. Or big kids. Only 5-year-olds do that. You know, God. And not just on the floor, but people also pee on the fucking walls and shit, or even in the sink. Even in the sink, or on the mirrors, or on the fucking faucets, or whatever, the faucet handles. What the hell? How in the fuck do you pee in the sink? How do you pee in the sink? You must be really tall or whatever. You know, I did a video or whatever, or I'll get to that. You know, fucking don't pee in the damn sinks or on the mirrors and shit. God. You know, or even on the faucets. One time I went to use the public bathroom or whatever. I had to wash my hands and there was pee on the fucking faucet handle or whatever. To turn on the sink or whatever. I felt it. I smelled my hand. It smelled like piss. God! Don't pee on that! It's nasty! I gagged! You know, and I had to wash my hands really good and shit. God, it's nasty. Nobody wants to touch your pee. Even peeing on the toilet seats. I did a rant about people who don't wipe up the toilet seats after they take a piss or whatever. You know, people pee on the toilet seats, you know? What the fuck? God, if you take a piss in the toilet or whatever, wipe it. If there's pee, wipe it. Wipe it. And not just pee, shit. I see feces. I got 2 notifications on YouTube. I'll read them later. People fucking shit on the toilet seats or whatever. What the fuck? Why do you shit on the toilet seats? Why don't you put your ass in the toilet and shit in the toilet? And why do you shit on the seat? Were you not potty trained? Again, that's something 5-year-olds do. You know, like, they're like this. I don't know what to fucking use as the toilet or whatever. I'll bring this to the bathroom. Alright, so an example. When somebody takes a shit, their ass is supposed to be, your shit is supposed to go in there, but I see shit on here. Like, they're like, hang on, I'm gonna demo. Instead of doing this, they do this. God, don't do that. You know, what the fuck is that shit? Put your ass, aim your shit in the toilet, not on the toilet seat. What the fuck? And if you shit on the toilet seat, clean it up. What, they think it's funny and shit. Oh, hey, I want to shit on the toilet seat. I want to pull a prank and shit on the toilet seat. Yeah, I want to shit on the toilet seat so that when somebody else has to use this exact toilet, they'll see my shit on it. They won't know it's me, but they'll see shit on the toilet seat. Yeah! Oh! God, that's not funny. Don't shit on the toilet seat. It's nasty. You're gonna make people sick. God, I don't want to fucking clean that off. You know, and fucking no one cleans that off, and no one wants to use that, so therefore, there's one, you know, the janitors have to clean that. I feel bad for the janitors, you know? God. The janitors have to clean that shit, you know? God. Don't make the janitors. I feel bad for them cleaning that up. And, you know, no one can use that toilet because nobody will clean off that shit. So that's a less, you know? Like, there's 3 toilets, but one of them has a shit on it, on the toilet seat. So basically there's only 2 toilets available. You know? Fuck. And I hate seeing shit in the fucking urinals. The urinals is for peeing only. That's for peeing. And I see shit in the urinals. What the fuck? Don't shit in that. You know? God. Shit in the toilets. The toilets are meant for shitting. The urinals are meant for pissing. Well, the toilets are for both pissing and shitting, but the toilets are for... Well, the toilets are for both pissing and shitting. The urinals are for pissing only. You know, fucking God. If you have to shit in the toilet. Oh, but somebody's using the... Both toilets are fucking being used and shit. And I have to shit so bad. Well, try holding it. You know, God, don't piss it. Don't shit in that thing. In the urinals. No, you can't flush it down. You know, fuck. That's why, maybe it's because, you know, there's maybe only 2 toilets in the bathroom. They need to put more toilets and shit, you know? That's probably why, you know? Fuck. But God, don't shit in there on that thing. Another reason why I don't like public restrooms or whatever is because, I hate when people don't flush the toilet and shit. Now, I actually did a rant about that, about people who don't flush the toilet or whatever, like, back in, like, 2014, I did that rant, like, it's like the January or February of 2014, I did that rant or whatever, but, you know, I hate when people don't flush the toilet after they take a shit or a piss, like, I don't like taking shits in public, like, you know, because, you know, it's embarrassing, because, you know, I like to be alone when I'm taking a shit. I don't want anyone else in the bathroom when I'm taking a shit. I like to be alone, and you know, when I take a shit in the bathroom, you never know when you could be alone, there could be no one in the bathroom, but you know, somebody could just walk in and shit. You know? And then they see your feet, so they know you're taking a shit. They see your feet with your pants down, they know you're taking a shit. God, it's embarrassing. I don't want people seeing me taking a shit, and then sometimes when you take a shit, you fart, like... God, God, and then, you know, when you fart, and then people laugh and shit, they hear you fart while taking a shit, and they laugh and shit. God, it's embarrassing. It's not funny. Don't, you know, I mean, yeah, farts and shit are funny, but, you know, at the same time, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing and shit. They hear you fart while taking a shit and they laugh and shit, and they hear the turd hitting the toilet and they laugh at that. I don't want people hearing that. And it also smells and shit. I don't want people smelling my turds or whatever. God, you know, I never shit in public, only piss. I mean, I've taken only a few times I took a shit in public because I had like really bad diarrhea and I had to go so bad I couldn't hold it in. But most of the time I hold it in, no matter how, like, if it's like, you know what I'm trying to say. I hold it in most of the time if it's not like really, really bad where I can't hold it. But taking a piss, I'll take a piss in public, and sometimes I don't like to go in the urinals or whatever. I like to go in the toilet in the stalls because, you know, it's more privacy. And so then I go in there and I see a big gigantic turd or piss in the toilet. Oh my God! Somebody didn't flush the toilet. God, it's disgusting. You know, and then, you know, it makes me gag and shit. So fucking nasty. God, I don't want to fucking see your turds or whatever. Flush the toilet. God, or sometimes, you know, makes me lose my appetite. I gotta eat in a little bit. I'm hungry. I want to eat, but I have to take a, you know, a bathroom break or whatever before I eat, and then I see, you know, it makes me lose my appetite seeing that. God, flush the toilet after you take a shit. You know, and people do that on purpose because they think it's funny. Oh, hey, I'm not gonna flush the toilet. I want people to see my shit and maybe make them lose their appetite or gross them out. I want people to see this. They won't know it's me, so I won't flush the toilet. Oh! God! It's not funny. Flush the toilet. Nobody wants to see that. And usually when that does happen, like in school or whatever. I remember one time, actually a few times, like, I go in the bathroom or whatever, and there's a turd in the toilet, and everybody, like, they surround the toilet, and they all just stare at the turd in the toilet, laughing at it. You guys are sick. Why you stare at it? When I see that, I just turn away so quickly. I just, oh, God. That's what I do, but no, people like to look at it. Why do you like to look at that? It's nasty. You know? God, people, flush the damn toilets. Nobody wants to see your shit. But yeah, again, you know, and I also don't like taking shits in public and sitting on the toilet because, you know, I don't want to sit on something that someone else's ass was on. Did I mention that? I think so. But yeah, another reason, I got on a piece of paper right here. I got more reasons on a paper. Hate when, like, people, like, when they take a piss or whatever and they drop their entire pants and underwear. What the fuck? That's something a 5-year-old does. You know, they literally drop their pants and underwear while taking a piss, and where everyone can see their ass and shit. God, don't take off your pants or underwear. God, just whip out your wiener and then just piss and make sure no one sees it, because there are people who like to stare at other people's dicks and shit. God, that's nasty. What are you, fucking gay? Don't stare at my weenus. God. That's what people do in public restrooms, like, and then the person next to them, they try looking at the person next to them. God, don't look at it, fucking gay faggot. Let me X this out. Shit. Another reason, hate when people, like, in public bathrooms or whatever, this happens in like high school a lot or whatever, middle school, and in schools and shit. You know, you go in the bathroom, and I hate the people and shit who like goofing around in there. You know, who like fucking play, fight, box, pretend it's like WWE or UFC. What the fuck? Don't do that! Don't fucking fight in the bathrooms and shit. Don't, you know, God. Do that at home or whatever, or after school. Don't, you know, don't fucking do that in the bathroom and shit, and then, you know, someone's taking a piss, they're fighting or boxing, you can actually bump into someone who's peeing and knock them down, and then they piss on the ceiling or on them, you'll get pissed on? Fuck! Don't do that! And you're in people's ways and shit, and you're gonna accidentally hurt someone. God, don't box and shit in the bathroom or fight. You know? Fuck. And, yeah, and another thing, did I mention this? Sometimes there's pee on the ceiling, dripping from the ceilings and shit, you know? Why do you pee on the ceiling and shit? And then it drips down on people's heads and shit? God! And any more reasons, oh yeah. Don't you just hate it when you like, you know, you go into the toilet, you want to take a piss or a shit, and there's no more toilet paper and shit, you know? What the fuck? Don't you just hate that and shit when there's no more toilet paper? God. You know, and sometimes, some people realize that after they take a shit. They take a shit and they realize there's no more toilet paper. So you gotta fucking either wipe your ass with your hands and shit and wash your hands really well, or, you know, you just don't wipe your ass and shit, and then you got fucking skid marks in your underwear, and then you're gonna smell really bad. You know, God, I hate that. I hate when there's no more toilet paper, when they run out of toilet paper. Yeah. Any more things? I'm sure there are more things, but I only have one more thing left on my list, and that's when people pull pranks and shit. Like, this never happened to me, but this happens to some people I've seen. Like when someone's like taking a piss or whatever, and then somebody just sneaks up behind them and then pulls their pants down and shit. What the fuck? Don't do that! You know, people laugh and shit. God, it's not funny. Like, okay, like someone's like taking a piss over here, and this is somebody. God, you know, fuck. Fucking God. Any other reasons? I mentioned people who don't flush the toilet. I mentioned people pissed in the toilet seats on the walls, shitting on the walls, toilet seats. Yeah, and people also shit on the walls and shit. You know, and you could see, like, you know, I don't think I mentioned this. Some people, like, when they take a shit, they, like, take the shit. They either shit on their hands or they take the shit from the toilet and then wipe it on the walls or the doors where someone can touch it. God, don't do that. It's nasty. No one wants to touch your shit. Keep the bathrooms clean and stop making it dirty. God. Whatever, this is my video. This is my rant about public bathrooms. Anything else? I think I covered everything. Yeah, I covered everything. So yeah, I'll make more rants and shit, and yeah. I'll make more rants, gameplay videos, and vlogs, and any other type of video I do, and yeah. And I want to give a shout out to the X122 or whatever. I believe that's his name. Let me check. Yep. The X122 History Channel or whatever. He has two channels, the the X122 and the X122 History channel. But, you know, I want to give him a shout out. His videos are really good. He makes rants and stuff, and they're really good. I agree with them. So go check him out. And yeah, this is my video. So until next time, it's your boy Steve. See you later. Goodbye, and yeah, goodbye.